Hello, my name is Sarah Marsh, and today I would like to talk to you about the importance of keeping music education in our school system. Music education has always been a part of our school curriculums, and there has always been a struggle over whether or not to continue to fund the program. And I know for me personally, I was a part of my high school's music department, and I know that we did not get enough funding from the school. And today, people are on both sides of the arguments, and some say that yes, we should continue to fund the program because there are many benefits for the students who are enrolled in these programs, while others say no, we should not continue to fund the programs because there's no real benefit to them. In the 2010 article, The Impact of a Funded Research Program on Music Education Policy, that was published in the Arts and Education Policy Review by Hodge and Lewerson. And in this article, they talk about the history of educators having to fight to continue to fund their music programs in their school. And they also conducted a study, and they found that students from the Midwest, the Southern and Eastern schools with exemplary music programs, and their students scored significantly higher in areas such as English and mathematics than compared to their peers who had not been enrolled in the music department. They also, in the study, grouped students into 4 different geographical regions, and the regions that they used were exemplary instrumental, exemplary choral, deficient instrumental, and deficient choral, and just no music at all. And they found that the students who were from the exemplary instrumental and exemplary choral programs generally scored the highest, while the students who had no music instruction at all typically scored the lowest out of everyone. And in this article, Hodges is basically arguing that yes, we should keep the music education in our schools because based on his study that he conducted, he found that the students who had the music education did score higher on their tests. And he used the artistic proof, and which is just the choice of proof that he used because he chose to divide up his study by the geographical regions, where he could have done it in any way, shape, or form that he would have wanted, but he chose to do it geographically so we could kind of see how it was spread out. And meanwhile, 3 years previous to that article, in 2007, an article called Music Education at the Tipping Point that was published in the Music Educators Journal by Jay Kratis, he talks about what music education was like in California in 2007. And Krass talks about the No Child Left Behind Act and how it shifted the focus, that act shifted the focus away from music education and to more things such as that would be related to in the workforce. He also says where there's trouble with the finances for the arts as music education, when there's trouble with money, the music is seen as less valuable than like reading and mathematics and science. And Krass does say that music education is a good thing, but in today's world it continues to change, but the way we teach it, we do not change the way we teach. And so he's arguing that kids today can go on their iPhones or their iPods and they can create their own music with all of the apps that are out there, and so they don't need that formal instruction for music education, where they can just go on an app and teach themselves in their free time. And he uses the mere experience because he compares it to how schools focus on more of a group performance, whereas it's changing more towards a solo thing and you can do your own music on the app. And the students today are being more and more exposed to technology as technology continues to grow and we develop new programs. And so he's saying that they're just continually exposed to new things, so he's wondering why we keep teaching the same way when there's all these new technologies out in the world for us. And also, we tend to focus on music education in like elementary schools, but students who are in secondary school, like middle and high school, they can benefit from music education as well. In the article, The State of Music in Secondary Schools, The Principal's Perspective by Abel and Gaunt in 2008, they talk about how the school principals wanted to keep their music education in their schools. And in this, they created a survey that they gave out to the principals, which was divided up into 4 different categories. And basically, they just had the principals fill it out, and it started off with a brief summary of the school, a brief overview. And then on that survey they created, they used a 1 to 5 scale, which I think makes the results easier to interpret and easier to read when you're looking at them from an outsider's point of view. And in this article, they use the narrative a lot because they are getting the narrative from the principals that they gave the survey to. They're getting their narrative on how they feel their music curriculum is and if it should be continued to be funded or not. Overall, reading these articles and doing this, I think they were persuasive because it's showing you all this research that they have done. Even the article by Crowdis where he's saying that we should not continue to fund it, we should just let the children experience the music on their own. Even that's persuasive because I never really thought of how music education should be changing with the times. When I was coming up, it was all taught one way, but he brought a new viewpoint as, education is changing, so we should change the way we teach our children. But from my position, I think yes, we should continue to fund the music education programs in schools. I think there's plenty of benefits. The benefits outweigh the negatives, and the article by Hodge and Lewerson and Abel and Gaunt support my opinion because they say they've done the research, they've done surveys that say yes, we should keep funding our music education programs. Overall, I hope this has helped, and if you have any more questions, please feel free to do some of your own research and see what you can find, and let me know if you have any questions. Thanks, bye.